Okay, Gen Z. Goodbye.
Well, this is how Lennon does it. So
Because she's a kid.
I know. So now I do it.
That's what the kids are doing now.
I can't even do it this way anymore because this has just become so
What do you do
natural.
with your thumbs?
They're like wrapped around like
Okay.
we could be like peace and love. Peace and love. Oh,
our
we
exit.
just made something up beautiful.
But I felt like 2024 was this hustle year, just doing. And then at the end of 2024, there was a break where just the shit hit the universal fan. And it was just like rebirth, woman. And then and it was a great end of the year, like ending a cycle and all of the things. And then January started, and it started just so slow. Everybody was still on vacation mode until like January 10. Like I don't want to go back to work. Like really getting stuck to holiday season. And then by the start of the third week of Jan, it has just been like, okay, let's do it. Let's go. These are all of the projects. These are all of the things. And yeah, just I feel like I am in a stage where I'm just calibrating the energy, like calibrate. It's not like I'm going to die or whatever the fuck, but I have to calibrate. Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's also a moment in time where we just took away the layers of bullshit that were stopping us from doing the shit that we really want and are meant to do in this planet. And just like the opportunities are there. And in the same way we say yes to shit. And now it's time to deliver. So it's just like shit is moving, like with the TEDx talk. I said yes, didn't think I would get in. And then when I got in, I was like, oh, I'm so excited. And now I'm in the works like, okay, this requires a shit ton of work and it's uncomfortable, but I'm fine with it. And I'm fine with it because this is something that I always wanted to do, not only for me because of the impact and all of the things, but it's actually for the longest time in a long while. This is also for my personal growth, for my business, for the things that I want to do, not what I want to do for others, for other companies. And that was a major shift personally, major.
I listen to so many podcasts. I don't even remember where this one was from, but the question was, are you a waiter or are you a creator? That was the rhyme. Are you a waiter or are you a creator? And I love that because it's like creator has so many different meanings, right? But to me, it's like you are going out with this TEDx talk, for example, and creating your own opportunities because like the TEDx talk is going to be its own beautiful birth of a baby, but that also is going to open up how many things on the other side of it. So it's like, where do we create opportunities for this stuff to present itself? Like my copy posse thing. One of the things I want to create this year, and I know what you mean about the energy of 2025. This energy in 2025 I have is like 4,000 ideas. Which one am I pulling in? Which one am I choosing to put some energy into? And so, as you know, I've had this like book going, the Oracle cards, and then also creating an online course that can just exist. I do the course live. I have all the things, and I want to create it so it exists online. But then I start reverse engineering, and it's like, oh my God, that's a lot of work. Like, first of all, the recording of it, the writing of it, the everything, and then the marketing of it, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, this opportunity came into my inbox. I applied for it. I got it. So I just like submitted all my information. And then because she runs this whole 3-month writing program for copywriters, and the copywriters get to choose a product to write about. And the product that gets chosen, whoever does the writing, like I get it for free from them. So it's like they write me. So I got chosen. So now I just need a copywriter to choose my product. But then they're going to write me like a landing page, emails, a lead magnet, like all of the marketing work that it will create to get this thing out in the world. So it's like all I needed to do was apply.
Journal? What's the product?
My kosher workshop.
The koshas.
Mhm.
I love that thing. All I had to do was apply. There are so many opportunities out there, so many people just waiting to help. But we say, oh, I have so many ideas. I don't know whatever. Just trust. We are very intuitive. Trust that you will receive the guidance. You receive this in an email and you just decided to give your attention to it and just say, apply. What am I applying to? What opportunities am I applying to? How am I asking for help? Because doing projects on your own is hard as fuck, but you're also able to ask for help. And I think that this has been the big thing with us. I am able to ask for help. Maybe somebody knows somebody that can connect you or help you or support you. And I'm going to ask your help today, later, with the TEDx talk, because it's like, I thought it was so easy and I'm birthing, as you said, 25 ideas. And every day I'm more confused. But what I'm doing is I am going into my mental rumination instead of just saying, I'm going to ask my team for help, my support group. And I was like, why haven't I? I tell everybody to do it and then I just don't fucking do it. I'm an idiot. Why?
So
Why? Why? I'm curious.
Yeah, because I was an idiot. I just been ruminating for a couple of weeks, but I'm like, no, I'm going to bring it forward and just, asking for help and getting other people's perspectives. And we don't have to have the entire puzzle. We come with certain pieces. And then there are so many people that have the other pieces. Let's play together like a play date. That is the whole point. Yeah, but I'll bring it forward after everybody shares.
It's so interesting of a, I guess, stand, because I don't know, I just maybe see things, or I work differently, and I'm not saying that it's a right or wrong, and maybe there's potential for me to move differently as well, but I've always been the type to not really give people my ideas or like express ideas to other people looking for feedback. I tend to give somebody something tangible that they can give me feedback on. Like, I've got an idea, I've done something for that idea, and then I give it away to see what the sort of outcome is or what their feedback is. And so I don't know, I feel like my ideas are so sacred. Like, I don't want someone to push an idea down, because an idea is it's just like a newborn thing. So it's like, does it need to be picked apart by other people to tell me that it's fucking stupid when they have no idea what it actually entails and my vision and all of this and that and the third? And so I'm interested in that different kind of perspective of having help kind of unmuddy the waters of my thoughts. And I'm like,
But I think you used a great metaphor. It's like a baby. An idea is like a baby. Yeah. We are not going to be just giving birth to a tiny baby and just saying, do you think my baby is going to go to college? Like, I don't fucking know. So it is the stage. I have an idea. I allow my intuition to tell me, okay, this idea is resonant with me. Where am I in the stage? Birth your baby. You send your baby to elementary school and maybe high school. And then that is where you start to talk to your friends like, okay, what are some college options? What are some things that you see here? And that is where you get feedback from your close circle. I think because we all are birthing so many ideas. Imagine if we all talk about the birthing part. But maybe, there are different advice in different stages. When you have an overflow of ideas, what you can say is like, I'm thinking about these 10 things. What are some of you that know me and know my strengths, what are some of the things that you feel make more sense according to my personality? And just get that first people who are very close to you. And then you start to digest your idea, make sure that this is an idea that you actually want to pursue, because ideas are so beautiful.
They're so shiny.
They require work, just like a baby. So what is the baby that you're willing and open to give your time and attention to? And then after that, you can bring in the family to look at your idea.
Yeah, no, I can appreciate that line of openness, where I think also it matters how you present it. Like, I don't want you to tell me that it's good or bad, but I like what you're saying in the sense of like, here are these things that I'm thinking about. What's your opinion on what I could do best based on what you know about me? I check my interests. It's like, don't my idea. Tell me which ones feel the most resonant to you based on who I am.
That is why it's important to have a mastermind group that knows you.
Yeah, that knows you, exactly, because that brings up a whole bunch of stuff for me. And it's like, maybe it's my own hypervigilance, my own trust issues or whatever the hell, but it's like one of the things that prevents me, I would say, from asking questions. Because like, Fran, we asked you why and you said you're being stupid. Like, that's not the real reason. There's something deeper than that, right? So it's like one of those deeper reasons for me is that it's not that I don't want to share my work, because I'm super open to feedback, but what I actually do, and maybe this is just some weird form of self-reliance, but like yesterday, Amara, I asked you if you had the capacity to look at something. I assume straight away that other people are just as busy as I am and don't have the capacity to help me. So who am I to put more on their plate? And then I don't want them to feel bad if they don't have the space or if they don't do the things. And so it's like part of asking for help too, I think, is letting that person have their own feelings about it instead of assuming that they're going to say no or not have the capacity or, feel guilty or feel pressured into do it. It's like, that's not yours. That's not mine to take on.
That is big. And also ask for permission. Ask for permission. Like, I have so many people contact me and it's like, I just wrote a book. Can you read it? No. The close people, the one that, and as any other relationship, there has to be this give and take. I give you something, you give me something. But if there is only a one way, like, here's my thing, check it out. Fucking no, like any other relationship. So I think that our Friday meetings are so beautiful because we get to give to one another.
Yeah.
And support one another. And as you said, I don't think that it was my TEDx talk or whatever, the idea that is on my birthing canal right now. I don't think it was ready to share before. It was just, I was in the pregnancy stage. Now it's in the birth canal. And now it's like where I'm ready to ask for help. And I hadn't seen it like the right moment to share. And I think that having this space where we know that we're coming together every 2 weeks, and this is our space to support each other. There is this readiness of, I am ready to help you, to hear you. And I think that clarity or certainty that I'm going to have that space to do that, for me is just like, oh, yes.
I'm actually loving this metaphor too, because it's like the gestation period is long. You gestate for 10 months. Everyone's like 9 months. It's a little bit longer than that. 10 months. And then like you're saying, now it's in the birth canal. It's baby's transitioned. It's happening. That's when you need to ask for help. It's like you are gripping onto your doula and your partner or whatever it is, and you're fucking pushing so hard to get this thing out. That's when the help is needed. But it's like this giant period beforehand where you can introspect, you can reflect, you can work on it, you can grow the thing, you can nourish it. And what an excellent metaphor.
And as Amari was saying, make it your own.
Yeah.
When you're gestating a baby, you don't want to get more sperms in your uterus.
Or anything, right?
Exactly.
It's like so vigilant in not getting sick, not being around the wrong energies, wrong people. People are coughing, or like it's a no.
Yeah, until you're ready to birth and scream and cry and ugly cry and have your emotions when shit is coming up, and that's the moment. Yeah. Nito, we are so fucking smart.
And the other piece for me that I've been really leaning into lately, because I'm bleeding, like starting minutes from now, I don't know, tomorrow, the next day, any moment. And I'm getting better at managing my anger. And I say managing because it's like, I first had to accept that I'm angry. Like, I just get angry. This is one of the things that happens now, maybe in perimenopause or whatever I'm going through. And I can manage it. So that's why I'm okay, because I can feel it coming up. I notice why it's there. Yesterday, I happened to take it out of my printer, so that felt really safe. I was just like, toner's low. You just printed something, and like, you don't need toner to scan a document. So why are you not working? Like, I was very mad at my printer, and it felt good, and it was a really safe, release. But also, it reminds me of the things that I get really amped up and angry about in those moments matter. You know,
Yeah.
maybe I'm so good at managing them when I'm not angry that I don't notice it. But then you look around and the things that are making me angry during this is because my energy is heightened or whatever it is. It's because I fucking value the thing that I'm angry about. So it's like, let it also be a reminder of what's important in your life, and feeling more balanced or feeling okay. Like, you know, maybe you're ovulating, you can have a conversation with somebody where it's like, I don't like this. This is bringing me in whatever word it is.
And
You
also
know?
not suppressing your emotions, but channel them in a
Mhm.
different way. Like
Yeah.
you have a right to feel it. This is why we have the
Mhm.
hormones. For some reason, they're there, and just redirect them.
Yeah. I think too, like when we can, because I'm thinking about this with my book. So speaking of putting things out into the universe, I've been talking about this book now for what, a year and a half. It's being written, I swear. But when I can stop thinking about if I'm writing it for somebody, like other people, or if I'm writing it for me, it's like when I can remind myself that I'm writing it for me, I just naturally can be more authentic in it and more vulnerable, which makes it more accessible to people.
Had this, I mean, it wasn't even a conversation, more of like a epiphany sort of statement at one of our calls the other day. Like we forget and then we remember, such as yoga teaches us, right? But we really forget that interconnectedness of the self to the world, right? And so like every time we're of service to the self, we're automatically of service to somebody automatically. That interconnectedness. So it's like, is it selfish? Yeah, okay. But like that has so much opportunity to give to so many other people when we pour into ourselves and do things for ourselves. It is just automatic. It's not even a thought.
Selfish with right intention is selfless. You know?
Where's the action coming from?
Mhm.
Where's the intention? Always of service. And even if it's of service to me, that doesn't take away the serviceability to everyone else.
Others. Right. Right. It's just the ripple effect.
Right. It's like remove the separateness, right? And then you'll see.
Yeah. Like when I take my anger out on the printer, it means I'm not taking anger out on my dogs, my children, or my partner. Service.
I don't know why, but I always think of like road rage because I have it bad. But like people are like, oh, you're just so calm and you're so nice. And it's like, I swear I tell everyone the fuck off in my car. You know what I mean? I'm not like rolling down the window honking at the world. But I'm out there like, that's you today, motherfucker. I'm so that's it.
Yeah.
In my head, sometimes it doesn't even come out of my mouth, but it's like it doesn't go away. It's like I can't be peaceful all the time. That's so unauthentic. But it doesn't mean that I have to give that to the other person. It's just like I let it out and then we move on. No one gets into a car accident. No one's coming out of their car with guns and you know, it's like everyone's safe. I'm still, you know, the anger's out and everyone's safe.
So it's been expressed. Right. But speaking of listening to your body, it's like it's there. So express it.
Like it just comes out of my mouth. I'm like, this motherfucker right here. Like that's the difference though. It's like the way in which I am peaceful is like I just let that shit out. Period. I don't want to sit in it. And it's like, and then I get to work and I'm like, ooh, that guy cut me off. And then what? Right? Then that disservice, now you're gonna be annoying to your coworkers. Nobody wants to talk to you. You've got this energy that's just no one wants to be around it.
Yeah. Mine comes out when I'm like anger cleaning. And I do it a lot when the kids are at school or like I'm home alone or something. And because I'll walk around and just judge. Like not even judge. They think there's a different, like there's a I talked about this yesterday. Did I talk about this yesterday? I don't know, maybe. But like we all judge. We all judge because judgment is important. And we learn in yoga, like judgment is actually part of being human because we need to have an ego to survive.
Is assessment, right? We're assessing situation.
Judgment is very important. Judgment, the term judgment has such a negative connotation to it. It doesn't need to exist because there's a difference between judgment and condemnation.
Yeah.
So it's like when we're quote unquote judging somebody, are we actually assessing or are we condemning them the way that we come across with it? So anyways, let me rephrase. When I'm going around mad cleaning my house, I'm condemning my children, where it's like I just cleaned the bathroom and they have, you know, left shit on the toilet, like literal shit on the toilet, where it's like this was clean 5 fucking minutes ago. Like why, what's happening? But just, you know, it's safe because it's just me and it's me in the toilet. I get it clean again. It's not that big of a deal. But it's like the anchor's there, and it's like if I don't let it out at that time, then I'm gonna go condemn on them for having been a normal human being and not caring if the toilet's clean or not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like that's my expectation, not theirs.
Like, anyway.
Yeah. And they must have picked up on it because one day Lennon like went to the bathroom and fully cleaned the toilet after, like got the toilet cleaner and got the thing and the bowl and like did the whole thing. I was like, wow. Like, yeah, I didn't want to leave a mess today. These small children, they pick up on everything.
And I still work on my, I don't want to say imposter syndrome necessarily, but I still work on my confidence and my comparing myself to other, practitioners. But when I really look at it, nobody's doing what I do. And at the end of the day, nobody is who I am.
Right.
So they can't do what I do. They can do what they do, and I can't do what they do, but I can do what I do.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think we're all going to compare, but we can use that kind of energy to help us out too. You know, compare yourself, but compare up. This is where I want to go to. Not I'm not there yet, which you know,
use it as a motivator rather than a current.
Beta, yeah.
Exactly.
And I think I've done well at that. I've mostly looked at other people because I didn't know what I was doing. And I was like, well, how are you doing it? Well, what are you doing? Like, how do you work this? And how do you do this? And I couldn't find anybody that was doing really what I was doing. So I had to just make it up on my own.
Yeah. No, 1000%. But that also is like, I think part of the motivator as well, where you look around to those comparison points and you're like, it doesn't even exist. Like that's empowering. I am the creator. Look to me as the comparer.
Right? Like people have asked me, well, can you train us to do what you do? And you should. And I'm like, I'm not interested, but good idea. And I'm glad you would ask that because that also means there's no other place for you to find that resource.
And also people are looking and seeing you, looking for it and seeing you.
Which is nice. So all that to say, live audaciously.
Yes.
Dream your dreams, put it out there. Don't be afraid of success.
All of that.